Hi, Bob here. Welcome to my kitchen. It's November and it's time to make Christmas cake. A lot of Christmas cake. So, I'm going to, first of all, explain to you what I did with the fruit and the nuts. So see this giant bowl here? Well, I've got hazelnuts in here. I've got almonds. I've got Brazil nuts. I've got pecans. I might even have some walnuts in there, but I've chopped all the nuts up into little pieces and threw them in the bowl here. Then I got some dried fruit. And if you go to the bulk barn in our town, you can get the candied fruit and the cherries. And there's a mixture of all kinds of dried fruit in here into little pieces. Then I threw the coconut in, and the figs, and the prunes, and the dates. Yeah, the dates. Chopped them up into little pieces and threw it in here. And then I dumped over a good cup and a half of rum. Mixed it all up and put it in a cool place overnight. A little fermentation probably happening. So then I brought it out and I put a cup and a half of all-purpose flour in there and mixed it up and let it sit. And then this one over here, this one's got my 5 cups of all-purpose flour mixed with a little bit of baking soda. And then I put some cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice in there. And some salt, of course. I'll give you the amounts later on at the end of the recipe. This one here, this is just a mixture of grape jelly and applesauce. You're not supposed to use applesauce, but we can't eat pineapple in this house. So it does strange things to our digestive system. So I replaced the pineapple with the applesauce, mixed with the grape jelly. And then this bowl over here, this has got the eggs, 12 of them, in there, mixed in with the butter and the brown sugar. And that's all mixed together. Yolks. Yeah, they're just the yolks because this one's got the whites. And the whites are taking me a bit to get them stiff. So the dry ingredients get mixed with all these wet ingredients into the butter bowl. Once I've got it all nicely blended, then I'm going to take the nuts and the fruit over here and mix it all together. And then we'll see what happens. We just fold this stuff in, these egg whites in at the end after everything else has been mixed. And we should use our hands to do it too, so you better have clean hands. There's the fruit and nut mixture with the rum. There's the jelly and the applesauce, aka pineapple, crushed pineapple. Not. There's the flour mixture with the salt and the baking soda and the spices. And there's the butter and the sugar and the stiff peaked egg whites. So we're going to mix flour into the butter, a little bit of this jam into the butter, flour, butter, jam, butter, until we got it all in there. And then we're going to add that fruit to this or this to that until they're all mixed together. This one, this one, this one, and this one. But from making cakes over the years, I've learned that when you're whipping up the batter here, you start with the dry, add a little bit of the wet, more dry, and you end up with the dry. Okay? When we're all done, too, we're going to probably have to use our hands to mix it all into that bowl. So I'll have clean hands, and then we'll fold in this into that with our hands too. And then we're ready to put it into the pans. There is the mixture of the butter and the sugar and the jam and the egg yolks and the flour and the spices. It's pretty much the way a cake batter should feel and look. Okay, not too dry, not too damp. There it is. And then there's the fruit. This is going in there, and I'm going to use my hands to do it. This will be fun. And when I'm done, then I'm going to get that with my hands and mix it in there to get the whole thing mixed together. Now, you don't have to use your hands to mix this up, but according to a famous chef named Judy from New Brunswick, this is the easiest way to do it because it is kind of heavy. And trying to do this with a spoon would be tricky. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now, we're gonna get the, oops, there's some there, might need a little bit of mixing. We're gonna get this egg white stuff in here too. Fold it in, it says. This ought to be good. Folding this in. How about just like this? This is why I always wanted to be a cook when I was little. Just so I could do this. And then guess what? You bake it in the oven at a low temperature for a long time. And then once you've figured out that it's cooked, you have to cool it, and then you have to soak your cheesecloth with the alcohol, the rum, or whatever you're using, and then wrap it and let it sit for about a month before you eat it. And this will, if you keep your cheesecloth well soaked in alcohol every month, take it out and re-soak your cheesecloth, these cakes will last for years in the fridge. Let's just hope that this one turns out dark, like Judy said it would, and yummy. I remember my mother's Christmas cakes were always yummy and dark. We'll see, Judy, we'll see. Isabel, I hope you're watching this. I can't imagine Isabel doing this. Okay. Well, folks, all those ingredients made 8 dark Christmas cakes or fruit cakes. And you can see that the foil pans are doubled. Hey, there's one that's tripled. Anyway, they're doubled. And the one that the cake is sitting in is lined with butter. Okay? We'll see what happens when they come out. Oh, the oven is set to 275 and they should be in there for at least an hour or two. Well, we're in the final stages of the dark Christmas cake. It's late at night. It's almost Christmas. Well, a month away or so. The cake is cooked. It's cooled. And it's right there. And this is how it turns out. I hope it's as delicious as it looks. But now it's time to wrap it. Sorry, my cheesecloth at the store. The cheesecloth there. And I'm going to cut it so that it will wrap around that loaf there. Soak it, the cheesecloth, in the rum, the gold, over here. And then I'm going to wrap it in the foil. And then I'm going to use plastic bags and seal them in the plastic bags and let them sit in the refrigerator downstairs for about 2 weeks to a month. Then I'm going to unwrap them and soak them again and then wrap them back up. And I'll do that maybe once or twice over the winter. And by next year, they'll be delicious. But do you think I can wait that long? I doubt it. I'll probably wrap these. In 2 weeks, I'll start eating them. And maybe I'll eat another one at Christmas and save a few for the new year. Anyway, if you want to try this recipe, I hope everything goes okay. You might want to take some liberties and do what you think is right with the ingredients. And I'll post the ingredients in this movie down at the end of the movie. Okay, let me know what happens. I love comments.